All right, good day, everyone. It's a pleasure having you again. So today we're going to be discussing something very, very much important. Wait, you don't want to clean or what? Trouble, let me clean up this stuff. All right. So, hello guys. You're all welcome to today's class. And today's date is 29th. This marker is ringing. Today's date is 29th. Oh. Today date is 29th December 2023, and I discovered that we have a lot of students that are very much inquisitive to learn, and I want you to understand that we will carefully follow what we have on our material in order for us not to lose focus. A lot are interested in fry management, while we have other students who don't know how to even go about fish farming. Like as I said, this manual is going to be our guide, and the last video you watched about the manual was on about the introductory aspect of it, and I want to lay more emphasis on the introduction. Now, when you are talking about catfish breeding, there are so many terminology that is used for it. Some people call it hatching, some call it spawning, some call it artificial insemination. Why you are calling it artificial insemination is because it looks as if we are breaking the natural rule whereby we get the egg and the milk and fertilize it, and before you know what is happening, it have hatched out into catfish. So that is the reason why some people call it this name. So, but I want you to understand that we will be using the terminology catfish breeding, which is a process whereby catfish is being produced. I hope you are following. Now, what actually results to catfish breeding? One of the things that resulted to catfish breeding is because of the inability of we to get enough of these fish from the wild. And let's use Africa for example, and come down to Nigeria. After the Civil War, there is a serious reduction in the quantity of fish that is being harvested from the wild, and the reason is because of the effects of the war, and majorly currently now the effect of pollution on water body. So we cannot get enough fish. This is one of the things that result to what we call catfish breeding. And I'll be skipping some things to hit the nail at the point, so I do not look as if I am trying to give you the same lecture that some of us have received in the university, but because of the interest of those who don't have foundational knowledge, that is why I'll be taking time to discuss what I am showing you. So now, when you talk of catfish in the wild, like the way they reproduce in the wild, it normally take a very long time, some 2 to 5 years before they can reproduce. But what we do here, you can get a matured male and a matured female, and once they are up to the standard requirements, you can make use of them to carry out the production process. Alright, so what we'll be looking at right now is the requirement for a standard hatchery. Now, before we consider the requirement for a standard hatchery, we'll be looking at the requirement for fish farming generally. Requirement for fish farming. Requirements for fish farming. Now, requirements for fish farming. Before you must invest into fish farming, the major thing you must have in your heart is what? Water. What did I say? Water. Can you repeat it again? Water is one of the most important factor that is needed before you talk about fish farming. And when you are talking about this water, there are two things to consider. One is the quality, then secondly, the quantity. The reason why we are talking about the quality is that there are basic parameters that we normally consider before water can be suitable for fish farming. We have some biochemical parameters that we consider, such as the pH, the temperature, the dissolved oxygen, the turbidity, the ammonia level, the nitrate level, the hardness, and the rest of them. But among these, the most important one to me is the water pH and temperature. Then there are so many water that the pH level is very, very poor, and for you to be on the safer side, it's ideal that you upgrade your water to a pH that is between 7.5 to 8.5. If you are operating within this range, that means your water will be a bit suitable. Then for the temperature, now when you are talking about the temperature, there are environments that experience serious hotness and the environment that experience serious cold. Now, if your temperature is below 26 degrees Celsius, if your temperature is below 26, your fish may not be very, very active. So in that situation, where these parameters are more harmful is when you are talking about hatching. When you are dealing with hatching, because the table size can tolerate some of this stuff, but the fries cannot tolerate this parameter. That is why I said we'll be looking at how we consider the water quality in terms of fish farming generally. So for water quantity, you cannot be thinking of going into fish farming when you don't have enough water. For example, you cannot be thinking to use just the well water that you use essential to draw to train fish. So if you are considering fish farming, one of the things that should come to your hand is that you have a borehole that you can control, or you have a stream where you can tap in water, or if it is earthen pond that you want to use, that means your land should be able to to generate water that will be enough for the fish to use to maintain their environment. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So now, how does water affect hatching? For you to be effective, because some of these things are the mistake people you normally do. People will just attend seminar, and after attending seminar, they will just go into the business. Okay, someone watched the last videos I post that has part 1 and 2. Someone watched the part 1, he have not watched part 2, and he was saying, why am I stressing about manual? How can you be a good student without reading? So you cannot be a good student without reading your books. You cannot be a good student without being properly guided. That is why we introduce mentorship program, because let me tell you something, let me be more sincere to you. We have a lot of persons that have been crying. When I mean crying, I mean serious crying. They come to us and they are crying that I've invested my life saving in hatching and I'm not getting anything out of it. So what and when you try to, someone be asking you, what medication do I use? This thing is not an issue of medication. Okay, the fry that I've been showing you, it may interest you to know that since we are managing them, we have not used any medication and they are doing well. So if you are taking proper care of the basic things you need to do from onset, like one of the testimony I'll be sharing on this clip, this service, It's our student in Cameroon, Mr. Peter is Ekoko. So he managed his fry even to fingerling level. He was telling me, should I even use medication? I told you, hold on. Once you follow the right step, you don't actually need that medication. Like now, you see people who don't have enough water, what they do, they even find it difficult to run flow through. Like shortly we'll be going to check our fries, which are 10 days old today. So these fries that are 10 days old, from day one when we incubate them, we have been running water for them, as in water has been coming and going out 24 hours non-stop. So if you don't have a very good water volume, a very good water source that have good quality, you might not be able to run hatchery. So for those of us that want to start the business, you might be asking, since I don't have money to sink a borehole, what do I do? It is not a must that you use your money. You can go and rent a place that has borehole. You can rent a place that has borehole, pay them for a year with your generator and your storage facility. You can be doing it. And I want to charge you. If you are in Nigeria, even if you are not in Nigeria, you don't need to be lazy. You need to learn how to escape poverty. The easiest way to escape poverty is to understand the real meaning of poverty. Poverty means passing over opportunity repeatedly. Opportunities normally comes. So as a smart person, try to look for places that have good water. And as soon as you have enough water, try to sink a borehole if you want to enjoy fish farming business. Okay? So right now we are going to go and check our fries, and we'll be rounding up our class for this series. Then we'll continue again. So if you have not subscribed to our channel, I will encourage you to click on the channel. We'll be taking this bit by bit, and this coming year from January we'll be starting an exam section. The purpose of the exam section is to test your quotient, to test your ability to understand what you are doing. For example, somebody was asking me about the quantity of hormone to use. If, for example, your female fish weighs 3.5 kg, what's the quantity of hormone to use? So we'll be giving you questions, and most of our questions will be based on a manual. Why we are encouraging you to get this manual for those of us who are yet to get the manual is because everything you need to know about fish farming is in this manual. Okay, from hatching level to management of table size, they are in this manual. So if you get it, you are very sure that you are very much close to your success. So guys, let us go and check our fries. Okay, let's move. Right, you are welcome to our hatchery unit. So let me play this fries so that you can see. Take a look at them. What you are seeing are 10 days old today. You can see how active they are. And one of the secrets behind this is that if you look at the water, this water keep running. It keep running 24 hours non-stop. So what's the secret behind this water that is running? We have this, our water has been tested and it's very much suitable for this work. And we have a storage facility where we store in water. So that is why I said for you to enjoy this business, you need to bear in mind that you need water to be in its right quality. When I'm talking about quality, it's not about being pure. The water that is pure means that the turbidity is low, it's very clear. So, but what you are interested in is the chemical properties of the water, the physicochemical properties of the water. We talk about the pH and the temperature. So which implies you need to work with your kit to get this right. Then we talk about the water quantity. So you need a borehole, okay? Because when you don't have a borehole, you see that when your water finish, for you to replace it. So the next thing that we'll be considering in our next series is power. So we'll be discussing on how you can manage power to run this business. So these are some of the things that we actually need people to understand, so that before you go into the business, you need to have all this stuff ready. Okay, and I don't want you, if you're a beginner, you are just coming to this video, I won't encourage you to invest into fish farming without having a business plan. Try to get a business plan. Look for a professional, someone who will have experience in the business, to put up one for you, so that you can have a cost estimate of what it will cost you. Not when you now start, you start crying and be saying that somebody is bewitching you from the village, or one uncle or one auntie, or one devil or the other. Okay, try to do the right thing. Life is very, very simple. When you plan your life, you will not be confused. So we'll be ending this series at this point, and I want to say God bless you. Wish you all the best. Cheers, everyone.